Hello, this is your instructor for your CBAD 120 course. I hope that you are all doing wonderfully in the class so far. I want to congratulate all of you for making it to stage 5. This is actually the second to last stage of the company creation project. This particular stage is the financial stage of the project. And for that reason, I decided to create a series of tutorials for you to help you with this particular stage of the project. There'll actually be 7 videos in all that will be designed to hopefully help you through the different components. This first video is actually an introduction video, and then I'll do a separate video for each of the 6 main components that you and your team will need to complete as part of this stage. So I first wanted to start off by saying if you do not have your stage 5 document opened or printed out or available in some way, it's probably best to have that open. So you'll see on the screen right now I have the Word document open, which like the previous stages has all the information that you need in terms of questions and things that you'll need to address. Something a little bit different with this stage, which is another reason why I decided to create these tutorial videos, is that you'll also have an Excel file, and I'm actually sliding this Excel file over so that you can see it hopefully right now. So you want to make sure that you have access ideally to both the Excel file and the document so that you can follow along. So in this introduction video, before I get into the specifics of this stage, I just wanted to kind of outline a little bit of what to expect with this particular stage. So like the past stages, there's a series of questions that you'll need to address, and those are again on this document. It's broken down into different categories. In addition to those questions, you've also been asked to complete these various financial statements that's provided in this Excel sheet. So you'll really kind of be going back and forth between the two. You'll first be making decisions as it relates to what's on this Excel file, and then you'll be asked to really kind of justify the decisions that you've been made. That's just my way of ensuring that you're just not arbitrarily choosing numbers, but you have a method or a reason behind the numbers and that you've chosen and you've incorporated into these various financial sheets, and then you also understand and can interpret what these different numbers mean as it relates to your particular business. So you'll go through each of these different tabs. Each of these tabs correspond to a different component of the Word document and those different questions. There'll be a tab for each of the different components except for the break-even analysis. And you'll actually just do that straight onto the report that you'll submit, but hopefully you're fairly comfortable with that by now due to the module assignment that you completed last week. So before we proceed into those specific components, I did just want to say, as it relates to the financial aspects of this project, is sometimes when we start to see numbers and equations, and certainly potentially when we start seeing Excel files like this, you might have a tendency to get a little anxious. It might seem a little overwhelming or a little bit much initially, but let me just say that just like the other stages of the project, it's certainly something that is very doable, and hopefully by the end you'll be able to feel very comfortable with understanding and interpreting and making decisions as it relates to these various financial components of your business. I also want to say, as it relates to the financials, is that there's certainly the opportunity to get very deep in detail and kind of get lost in the weeds, if you will, in terms of getting into the different caveats and, you know, the nitty-gritty aspects of the financials. And I just want to say that for the purpose of this assignment, we're going to try to keep it as high level as possible and not really get caught too much in the details. My concern is mostly do you understand the big picture in terms of you know, your sales figures and what that means for your equity and things of that nature, rather than, you know, understanding all the specific components of each element. As you progress through your curriculum here in the College of Business, you'll eventually start to get more into the specifics, and those things will start coming together. But for the purpose of this assignment, we're really going to try to keep it much broader and much more, as I said, kind of from a big picture perspective. And so in some cases, you know, I might specify that we might not be making decisions as it relates to a certain you know, category, you know, for the purpose of this assignment. And that's why we do that, is to try to really simplify this the best that we can so that you understand it, that you're making an informed decision, but you're not really getting into, you know, all the details and the ins and outs of everything. So with that said, I'm done with my introduction, and you can go ahead and once you're ready and you have your document open, to move on to the first main video, which will go over the expenses, or sorry, which would go over the sales and cost of goods of your company.